Hey there, it's Ryan with iMinnesotaNice.com today, day 39 of 365. It's BFunkyMobility.com, and out of all of the videos that I've made so far, this one is really inspiring, so please watch it all the way to the end. That's it, here they are. Tell me how you guys got started.
The first thing that I really started out doing was I started out doing adaptive bikes.
Okay.
Because I have cerebral palsy and I ride a bike.
Mm-hmm.
So on my 50th birthday, which was like, I just turned 59 this summer, so, you know, that long ago, I bought myself a three-wheel bike for my 50th birthday, and I rode the age ride. I rode 300 miles, and I got up off the bike, and I said, I'm going to have to quit my job and make sure that kids get bikes. I mean, I was 50. And it absolutely changed my life. As the bike business grew, a lot of the kids that I met that were my bike kids started telling me that they were embarrassed to take their crutches to school. So I said, well, we'll just find you some cool ones. Well, there weren't any.
Sure.
So then I said, well, we'll make some. Well, I really thought it would take me a week to figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
Well, 2 years later, we had a process that worked. You know, anything that you can put on a t-shirt, we can put on your crutches. So if whatever it is that you love, we can. And what happened with the kids was it really changed the conversation, because it went from, I'm embarrassed about this, let's try to act like it's not here, to, this is really cool, let me see it. So I decided that I really would commit to the crutches. Because it's just such an amazing thing that happens.
It felt better for you?
Mm-hmm. It really did.
Sure.
People can send us pictures, and we have our website set up so you can send us your photographs on the website, and then you can have, and we've done a lot for families where, you know, like one sibling will send their kids, and then another sibling will send their kids, and so then by the time we get it done, we've got all the grandbabies on the
Sure. Yeah. Right on the key.
That's pretty fun. People who have been able-bodied forever, and then they either had an accident or something happened, and they have to use a cane, and they're just so embarrassed that they quit going anywhere, or they quit, you know, and they just can't get by it.
Right.
And then they talk about, you know, once they sort of take charge of it and say, I want this, or I want my pets on it, or I want, then it changes.
Yeah.
You know, and we hear that a lot from adult children.
Yes,
too.
and you know, a lot of people in between 20 and 30 years of age, let's say, we've heard a lot from people who have MS. And they've had to resign themselves to getting a walking cane. They didn't want to.
Right.
But they've taken a fall, or they've done something else. And they find us online, they order what they want, they get it, and they call us and they say, this is the coolest thing. I mean, I'm so happy with this. I don't feel like I'm walking with a mobility product anymore. People are, they're not so much focused on my disability, but they're like, hey, where'd you get that?
Right. Yeah.
You know, so that's what really
It's
keeps us going. You know, with the offset canes, we just want them to be really hip and cool.
Right.
For the baby boomers.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and even we've had people in their 20s that order them, that need them, and you know, they don't want to use ugly.
Right. Yeah. Just your standard old cane. They want something that represents who they are. Everybody wants to be, you know, an individual.
Yeah.
These actually started out as regular sized tripods, pediatric tripods, and and so we have redesigned these to be used for toddlers. And what happened was I got a call from somebody in Indiana that was doing conductive ed with kids with cerebral palsy, and they were looking for little bitties for toddlers, because they are beginning to think that for a lot of those kids, they can use canes from the beginning if they could get them small enough.
Mm-hmm.
So we made these now, and I'm going to ship them out, and we'll see. We don't know for sure if it's going to work. The first toddler that got the little bitty offset canes that we've made, he went from not being able to get around to running. After his first session with the new canes, his therapist called me.
With something like these.
With the
Those.
offset.
With the offset canes.
The
Small
little
one,
ones,
yeah.
yeah. She called up crying, teary, and she said, "He's running." You know.
And that's just because they're learning a different way to walk, or
Yep.
they're walking more like you would normally walk.
Normally, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. I mean, that's so awesome.
I'm Darcy Browbring, and I own BFunky Mobility.
And I am Sally Brown, and I started originally with creative crutches, which is beginning to be a part of BFunky Mobility.